Hello everyone! Today we're going to replace the capacitors in this old AMD from 1999. I'm also going to review the Hakko FR-301 Desoldering Gun. So we'll go ahead and open this up and see what we're dealing with. Alright, we've got it opened up. There it is, the AMD processor. But look at this! Oh, nasty, nasty blown caps all over the place. This is in bad shape. Look at this. Look at these. Oh, look at that one. Oh. There's some others over here. Look at these all leaking out of the top. Ah, that one's nasty. Alright, we'll see what we can do. And hopefully bring this guy back from the dead. We'll start by pulling the materials. I prefer Nichicon brand capacitors, but Panasonic is another good option. This is the desoldering gun that I'll be reviewing. The Hakko FR-301. It's super straightforward. You just put the tip on the lead, pull the trigger, and it's got a vacuum that sucks up the solder into the container at the top. It has the temperature adjustment at the bottom. We'll start low and see how it works and work our way up from there. We'll replace one size of capacitor at a time. We'll start with these 4 here. It doesn't quite get it. One thing to note, it came with this stand. The stand is crap, so I think I'll get a new stand. We'll go ahead and we'll add some flux to it and turn up the heat a bit. See if that helps. There it is. They come out like nothing. So we'll go ahead and put the new capacitors in, being mindful of the polarity. The longer pin is the anode, the shorter is the cathode, which is usually marked with a white line. The motherboard is usually also marked with white. So we'll turn it around and pull these wires apart a little bit just to keep them in there and keep the capacitors flush with the motherboard. We'll go ahead and turn on the soldering iron. I like the KSGER T12. It offers a lot of options for tips, and it also heats up incredibly fast. Taking a look under the microscope, you can see what a fantastic job the desoldering gun does at removing solder from the holes. Now, something to note, you're going to encounter these big ground planes on PCBs that are designed to dissipate heat. So that's going to be a problem when you're trying to get your solder hot enough. So the solution is to just add some more flux and increase the temperature of your soldering iron. Play around with it a little bit, see what works. I'll show you, we'll start out around 350, and you can see it just doesn't stick to it. The solder's just not getting hot enough. So we'll go ahead and increase it a little bit. And that's working better. Something to be careful of, you're going to encounter a lot of these little tiny traces around the motherboard, so just be mindful not to damage any while you're using the gun. Alright, we'll go ahead and solder on the rest of the capacitors in sped up time, snip off the ends, and give it a good cleaning with alcohol. Alright, all the capacitors are replaced and looking good. It looks way better than before. But let's see how it works. So we'll go ahead and put it back in the case and get it configured and see how it goes. All right, here it is, the moment of truth. We have life! There it is, we've got a boot screen. Okay, looking good. Alright, while Windows finishes loading up, I'll go ahead and talk a little bit more about the desoldering gun. I absolutely love it. The Hakko FR-301. It is not sponsored, I just love it. It's a huge time saver. A couple things to note about it. It does require pretty regular cleaning. You got to clean this sucker a lot. It comes with this little plunger that you use during use. Also, it spits out the solder into here. If you're using a lot of flux, that tends to get gunky. But it's fantastic. Just look how clean it makes those holes on the PCBs. The only cons with the desoldering gun that I've seen, other than the required cleaning, which isn't that big of a deal, and the crappy stand, which is also not that big of a deal, just get another stand, is that it doesn't have an auto shutoff. I came to discover that when I left for about a week and had forgotten to turn it off, and when I got back, yeah, it was still on. So just be mindful of that. The Hakko FR-301, highly recommended. I've got it linked in the description of this video if you want to pick up one, but yeah, I'm going to use this a lot. Alright, so the computer's done being configured. We'll go ahead and run a test. Of course, we'll try Duke Nukem first. Alright, it's looking great. We gotta test some Doom. Perfect. Alright, well there you have it. We took a computer that was dead and brought it back to life. It'll be enjoyed for many years to come. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, and also leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you.